Good morning, good morning. Great Sunday morning. Back again. First, I want to thank God that we actually woke up this morning and we have another opportunity, you guys. Another chance to get things right. Right? My heart and prayers go out to those who are dealing with this virus, for yourself personally, as well if you have loved ones that's dealing with it as well. My name is Thomas Taylor III. And try to be a little bit brief this morning with you guys, but I have a topic to talk about, right? So somebody had wrote into me about, first of all, I want to say thank you for all the calls and text messages and positive feedback that I'm getting about doing the lives. So I'm going to continue. So somebody wrote into me and asked a question, wanted me to talk about this particular topic. And the question was, why do we sabotage our own success? Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to say it again. Why do we sabotage our own success? I'm going to answer that by telling a story. Well, first of all, there's two main reasons why that happens, you guys. One is belief, and the other one is trust. That's belief and trust. Why do you say that? Now, I grew up in New York, right? My family's from Harlem. We moved out to Long Island. So anybody that's listening to me who actually grew up by water, typically you grew up around fish, clams, and crabs. Ooh, yep. Now, all of us heard the terminology. If you didn't, I'm going to break it down. But most of us heard the terminology, crabs in the barrel, right? Sound familiar, right? Well, what does that mean? That means if you ever watch crabs in the barrel, when the crabs try to get out the barrel, there's always another crab or two or three pulling that crab down. Right? Kind of that's where the terminology crabs in the barrel come from. But guess what, you guys? They only tell half of the story. And you might be saying, Thomas, well, what are you talking about? If anybody ever actually, boiled crabs and prepared crabs, when you buy fresh crabs, there's always a lid on it. Why? Why is there a lid on it? Because those of us that know, if you don't keep that lid on that barrel of crabs, when you come back in the room, there'll be crabs all over the floor, you guys. You be like, yo, what happened? See? So that's the rest of the story that they don't say. All they stop at is crabs in the barrel. But guess what, you guys? There's always a crab or two that gets out the barrel. So now, which one are you? Are you going to be that crab that stays in the barrel and don't believe and trust? Or are you going to be that crab that gets out the barrel and does the things and live the life that God has ordained for you to live? So let's talk about that a little bit. So when you're talking about belief and trust, that crab had enough belief that he can utilize his environment, the things that surround him, to get out of his circumstances, to get out of his environment. So again, take me for example. I'm doing Facebook Lives, you guys, right? Do I believe enough that I can move from my current reality, my environment, and help more people, inspire more people? Well, guess what happens inside of all that? Inside of all that, I get calls where people critique me. Hey, Thomas, you need to do more of this. Hey, Thomas, don't do that. Hey, Thomas, do this. Now, if you can't withstand that, guess what? You're going to take offense to that. You're going to get all caught up in your feelings. You're going to wear your feelings on your sleeves. But guess what, you guys? If you look at my first Facebook Live post back in beginning of February, it's a whole lot different than my Facebook Lives now, you guys. Why? Because I take all that and I continuously get better. I continuously to hone my craft, right? Continuously. Well, that's a part of that, right? That belief. That crab believed that he can get out. Okay? And the other thing is trust, right? So one of the reasons why we sabotage our own success is we don't trust. Ooh. And I know you heard that before, right? Not only do we not trust those around us because they may have wronged us, right? But we don't trust those around us, you guys. But guess what? More importantly, we don't trust ourselves. Ooh, yeah, I said it. We do not trust ourselves to have the success that God has ordained for us to have. Why? Because now, can we deal with the ridicule? Can we deal with the chatter? Oh, Thomas thinks he's all that. Oh, Mike thinks he's all that. Now he's doing Facebook Lives. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You see? And what happens is we don't trust the fact that we still can move in a space that may be possible nobody around us has moved in. But we feel that we can move in it because we trust ourselves. You guys, that's the biggest thing. So for instance, your job, your 9 to 5. Well, tomorrow's Monday. Why do you continuously go back to that job? And I had this conversation with somebody before. Not going to get too deep. But why do you keep going back to the job? You go back to that job because you trust their system. Oh, I'm going to say it again. You trust your employer's system that they created that you can work, right? So what does that mean? That means your company has product or service. That means they put something in and something came out. Somebody paid them for a product or service, okay? So now when you talk about trust in ourselves, do you trust yourself enough that the thing that God placed inside of you, you can create a system. You can create a system where if you put a product or service in, you will get an output. What does that mean? For us, right, as entrepreneurs, it looks like a client, a customer, right? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Once you have proven that that system works, what do? All you do is multiply the input, right? So for me, again, for example, since I've been doing Facebook Lives, you guys, I've gotten clients to coach, right? Because I'm a coach, vision coach, life coach. Well, if I would have never started to do Facebook Lives and put myself out there, I could never prove that the system works. So that's trust, right? So let's go back to the crabs. So that crab that got out the barrel, you guys, he believed that he could, first of all. And guess what? He trusted those crabs around him that he can utilize what he needed to get out that barrel. See, that's the other part of that story that I said before that nobody talks about. Because if you wasn't raised around crabs, you don't understand that. All we hear is crabs in a barrel. Yep, crabs in a barrel. But guess what, you guys? Some of those crabs got out. They got out. Ask yourself, am I going to be the crab that those around me allow me to stay in my same situation? Or am I going to be that crab that gets out the barrel and does things that nobody else around me is doing, right? Am I going to be able to withstand the ridicule, the conversations, all that? They're talking about you. See, that's the part, you guys, that holds us back. Because sometimes we believe more in what somebody else thinks about us and what somebody else says about us than we believe in our own self. Just think about it. If you was in Las Vegas and you was betting, and they said, hey, you got one opportunity. You either bet on those around you or you got to bet on yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, which bet will you choose? If it's me, I'm going to bet on myself. Why? Because I believe in myself and I trust myself. And that in which I don't know, I will learn, right? And that in which those around that I may not trust, I will learn to trust. Why? Because I believe in myself. So ask yourself, Do you believe in yourself enough to move in a position that God has ordained for you to move in? Number one. And number two, do you trust enough? Now, not only those around you, but yourself. Even when those around you wrong you, even when those around you say they're going to do something, they say they're going to support you, and guess what, you guys? They don't show up. They're not around. They said they was coming. They're not there yet. You know why? Because they're not coming. But do you still trust? Will you still trust? Right? So, hey, you guys, I can go deeper and deeper, but I'm going to stop right there for today. If you guys want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram, Thomas Taylor III. Email is tyd@tailoryourdreams.com. Facebook is Thomas Taylor III, you guys. Hey, like I said last week, this is the beginning of March, you guys. Set your goals for March. Don't let March of 2022 find you in the same place as 2021, you guys. You can do it. But understand those two things. Believe you can do it, even if you can't see it. And trust that you can do it, even if those around you may not see that, you guys. And then what will happen is, if it's happening to you, because I understand it happens to a lot of us, you will not sabotage your success. Why? Because I know you have what it takes to win. You guys, that's my time. It's Sunday. Go out there and make it a great day.